Hey, what's up, world? For those that are here for the first time, let me welcome you guys on to the channel. I am your host, Sincere, founder of Cut and Shoot Entertainment. And this channel was not only about entertainment, but my hopes is to also inspire you guys to live your life to its fullest potential. What I do business-wise, to keep it short, I have a camera and I am a barberologist. I'm actually licensed to do both male and female hair. I specialize in cutting color and hosting events like shows and weddings. So yes, I do live by the word that I speak, hence the name Sincere. And I want to encourage you guys to go and do the thing that you guys are passionate about. So if that sounds like something that you guys are into, hit that like button and subscribe. That way you can help spread the love and inspiration onto other people. Now today, I'll be going over a reaction of this Will and Chris situation. Richard! Because if you want to go anywhere in life, it is important to build healthy relationships. Now why am I late to this party? Well, let's just say I have some mixed emotions about even doing a reaction. It is a very touchy subject to me, and you will see why later on this video. But one of the things I want you guys to take from this, it only takes one incident to ruin your hopes and dreams, and I don't want any of my people to jeopardize their livelihood. You can't take care of your family if you're unemployed. Now first, I want to use a word that will summarize this entire video, and before you jump to any conclusions of where I'm going after I say this word, I could ask you to first listen to the entire message, because I'm sure it will shock many. I've heard a lot of people's reaction when it comes to this subject, and from the ones that I've heard thus far, none of them touched on it the way that I'm going to today. So for the word that I was speaking on that is rarely implemented in my community is the word empathy. See, when we hear the word, it sounds sort of like the word sympathy, which then sounds like being a simp, but they both have different meanings about themselves. Sympathy is feeling pity or sorrow for someone else's misfortune. Now empathy, on the other hand, is when you actually have the ability to not only understand what a person is going through, you can actually see yourself in that situation, putting yourself in their shoes. Now let me take it a step further. It's like we all understand the word karma, right? And I would say for the most part that we do agree that there is some truth to this word. Well, all of us besides 2 Chainz, but you know, he entitled to his own opinion. He's different. I'm just lighting up the story. Calm down, calm down. I love 2 Chainz. He one of my favorite artists. But moving on, karma hits and it don't care who it is. It's kind of like a bird when it has to go. It has no concern for your car, your head, or even if you look up at the wrong time. Y'all get it? So back to the word empathy. To me, having it is sort of like a respect for karma. On top of that, just pretty much having some morality about yourself. Like when Chris told that joke about Jada, Will was laughing in the beginning until he saw his wife hurt by those words.
Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right?
Then he reacted off his empathy, because when you love someone, when they hurt, you should in some shape or form feel their pain. However, that's not where the empathy should have ended. But Will at the same time wasn't considerate of this next point I'm getting ready to make. He was only concerned of having empathy for his wife, the one he goes home with every day, having to hear her pain, concerns, demands, the things that she is dissatisfied with. The other side of empathy will be Chris Rock's childhood trauma, in which now he is forced to relive by basically being hit in front of literally millions of people, including his wife, which no one talks about, and his kids, which no one talks about either. Talking about Chris' wife and kids. Now this affects not only his mindset as a man, but to have to look at his wife knowing another man put his hands on him and he didn't defend himself. When he took full responsibility of being a protector of his wife and children, then to be publicly humiliated as a man, which takes him back to his childhood where he was constantly picked on, bullied, and seen as an outcast. I could only imagine him reliving those emotions. Now sure, there's some understanding of Chris taking a high road, and clearly Chris won that fight in show business, but inside his mind, heart, and soul, and his household, man, that is an entirely different monster. Will was not taking consideration of any of this, not even after Denzel and Tyler Perry attempted to calm him down before he accepted his Oscar and he gave his speech, not to once apologize to Chris Chris for embarrassing him in front of millions. And this is what you call pride. He was standing on the belief that he was defending his wife, because even on the Breakfast Club, Will spoke about feeling like a coward because he wasn't as much of a man as Tupac.
That was a huge regret of mine. I couldn't handle it, you know. I was the soft rapper from Philly, and he was Pac.
Right.
Which Jada has expressed many a time her adoration and undying love for him. And Will not feeling man enough to receive all of Jada's love because he could never be a thug like Pop. That can be a feeling of defeat when a woman you love don't love you back because you don't fit the description of someone that actually completes her. And not only that, you out here professing your love for another man and allowing your children to know how you feel towards this man, which is not their father. I could only imagine the things that Will goes through being famous, all of the political propaganda he faces, and not actually being able to be a human. Man, it's safe to say that no one really won this fight in totality, including every person that looks like me. I can only hope that we continue to strive for a better reputation for our culture, that when things like this happen, men of power actually stand in the gap for us. Hopefully sometime soon we will see Will and Chris do a movie or something in that sense, because I'm tired of division between my culture, and sometimes it seems like we're getting better, sometimes it seems like we're taking steps backwards. So if you guys didn't get anything out of this video but one word, I hope it's the word empathy, because everyone has a breaking point. Will's breaking point just happened to be in front of us on live TV. And when one of us look like we don't have control over our emotions, the groups of people that stereotype us point their fingers and say, see, that's why. So the point is, until we are all free, none of us is free. So let's try to be mindful of the fact that we don't know what anyone else is going through, whether it be in traffic, at work, or that person in front of you at the grocery store. They seem to be taking their time. I believe that we can learn a lot from this situation, and my prayers go out to both Will, Chris, and both of their families. Let's stop promoting hate and more love, because there is no in between. Peace and love, yours truly, sincere. Remember the motto, cut out the excuses and shoot for your dreams. And I'm out, baby. Yeah.